2 weeks ago, I advocated strongly for the preservation of the tax-exempt status of churches, regardless of abuse by few. Many argue that churches should be taxed for their commercial activities. I do not disagree, but this is already provided for in the Companies Income Tax Act, called CITA. But my advocacy today will be about accountability and transparency. The fact that a church is tax exempt doesn't shield it from the responsibility of accountability. They are as accountable to man as they are accountable to God. Did you know that Section 827 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act requires that where contributions are collected, financial statements must be kept and audited in accordance with the generally acceptable accounting practice, GAAP. Did you know that churches are, by provisions of CAMA and CITA, expected to file their annual returns to the CAC and their tax returns as well to the FIRS once a year? Did you know that it is required for them to have general meetings to present to members their annual report and approve alterations to constitution or appointments / the removal of trustees? Some will have us believe that they are only accountable to God and not man. Well, if that were true, why did they seek registration under a terrestrial law and not go to heaven to register?
Oh.
I digress. Even the great Apostle Paul was so conscious of accountability that he said in 2 Corinthians 8:20-21, which I quote, "We want to avoid any criticisms of the way we administer these liberal gifts, offerings. For we are taking pains to do what is right, not only in the eyes of God, but also in the eyes of man." Those who claim to be members of the community of faith shouldn't be seen to be against accountability. Rather, they should be the ones championing it. The very bedrock of our faith is accountability to God. If you know you've got nothing to hide and that your church expenses aligns with your object as stated in your constitution, then you shouldn't have a problem with being accountable and sharing that information in a transparent way with your financial members. After all, the church does not belong to you. It belongs to humanity.